In the Canary Islands, there is a string of arrivals. As holidaymakers dive into summer, the Armada amasses just off the coast. This training exercise aids offshore safety. For the thousands who enjoy the water, it's the start of a promising new season in and around our beloved home in Fuerteventura. It's been just over a decade since I uprooted my English way of life and moved to Fuerteventura. That previous life in the UK came with a steady career and a very different garden to manage. But, like many folk before and since, I'd discovered an attractive new view. After experiencing this island and meeting its people, it was time for change and a clear out. Later in the episode, we'll be going to a special place off the beaten track that gave me the inspiration I needed to make my home in Fuerteventura. We'll also be getting to know the village of Laharas along with Cesar Zaza from Laharas Law Offices. Think lawyers don't surf? Think again. This one does. And John Goldacre explains why Laharas has become so popular recently, showing us around its charming arts and crafts market. But first, remember Andre and Gavin from last time? Their roller coaster ride left us hanging when they lost their chance of a dream home to another buyer at the very last minute. However, it turns out there's yet another twist in their tale, and they're back in town to tell us all about it.
You had a property that you were going to get, and then all of a sudden it wasn't available, and then we thought that was it. So can you tell us what happened after that?
Alex went through the systems just to see what properties were available still in Mirador de las Dunas. I think there was 5 left at the time, so we literally booked in with him the next morning and went back down to the complex and went around all 5 properties, and we fell in love with one of them even more so than the original one we were going for. So
really? And you got it?
And we got it.
Look at this for that. How's the other house better than the one that you originally saw?
The location of it is just perfect. At the moment there's nothing there in front of us, but there will be some building going on, but I think we have a better view. The view out into the dunes is gorgeous.
Yeah?
Yeah. Even the back garden is amazing. Lovely and big, and it's got a nice barbecue area.
Yeah.
We're in a little cul-de-sac, so you know there's no traffic coming up and down. There's probably 3 or 4 houses just in front of us at the cul-de-sac, so there's nothing coming up and down.
Any trees?
I was just about to say, and there is no tree in the front garden, so the front garden.
Garden was ready. Yeah, the garden was lovely and ready to go. Yeah.
Did you have much work to do on the inside?
Like we had to get it painted, we had to get it, like there was a lot of holes in the wall that we had to get plastered.
Did you get that done, or did you come out and do it yourself?
The night we went out, after we got told that there was no house, we went out and got really drunk. We drowned our sorrows.
Oh no!
And we just by chance met a guy, and we started chatting away to him, and he's our friend now, I'd say.
Right.
And he looked after the house where we went to.
Yeah. Himself and his wife have been absolutely amazing. So between the two of them, they literally treated our house like their own and looked after it for the few weeks in between us getting the keys and actually coming over to put all the furniture together. When we arrived back over, it was like we came into a brand new built house.
That must have been great.
With a ton of IKEA furniture.
Yeah, so he took all the deliveries in and left them in the sitting room for us too.
Who put the furniture together?
5 of us came over and literally worked for the whole time. We were working from 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock in the evening, non-stop putting furniture together. But it was done.
And now you're out here with how many kids?
a lot. so now we're back out for our first family holiday. So myself, Gavin, and the 2 kids booked in, and my sister and her husband and her 5 kids decided to come over and join us. So there's 4 adults and 7 kids in the house at the moment, and plenty of room for them all.
I can't wait to see the new house. Before we do that though, I think Alex has got a little something for you. So we're going to bring Alex over.
Here you go, guys. Well done. Little bubbly for tonight.
Oh, thanks, Alex.
God, that's all right. No
Thank you so
worries.
much.
No
Thank
worries.
you.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks so much.
Obviously, we're very thankful for you guys to come to us in the first place, you know, and hope you're happy in your new home away from home. And, you know, I mean, it doesn't stop here. You know, we're always here for the whole process. So, you know, electricity bills or anything like that you don't understand, that's what Sarah's here for. So, yeah.
From the day that we ran through and spoke to Elaine, and then yourself, and then Vanessa has been absolutely amazing through the whole journey.
She's a superstar, right?
Yeah, absolute superstar.
Through everything. She was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
So, with persistence, one very happy couple takes title of their new home in Fuerteventura. And we'll be dropping in on the celebration shortly to see what they've done with the place. Before that, let's cross to Laharas, a small inland village with rapidly growing appeal. There to explain why, in a market of curiosities, is John Goldacre from Goldacre Estates.
Laharas, not top of my list of busy areas on Fuerteventura, but look at this place.
It's become a really buzzing little place, a stop-off point for all the surfers going to Majanico and El Cotillo.
Cotillo, yeah. This is where you go and get your surfboards sorted out.
Since I've been here, 20 years, it's actually become really highly sought after. I mean, the properties here are all individual, they're huge in some cases. In the background here, we've got the artisan market that's on a Saturday, and it's just full of life. It's become a firm favourite for a lot of different people, from international film stars to footballers.
Quite a lot of high-end properties here then.
Starting prices today are from about 550,000 up to beyond $1 million. Just some really fabulous properties here.
You can't divulge specific details, but you've been working with some pretty famous people who've been buying properties out here, have you?
We have. And this is what Laharas is about. It's really attractive to so many different people. It's the quality of the properties, just the mountains around that we've got here, and just the whole little vibe of the place. Everybody seems to congregate here. It's even got its own Canarian wrestling ring here as well, you know. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing.
We've not touched on that before, the Canarian wrestling. It's a particular type of wrestling, isn't it?
A bit akin to sumo wrestling with your clothes on, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's a very, very popular sport.
Are there any areas that are kind of satellite areas of Laharas that are maybe a little bit more affordable?
Of course, we have a Regamari not very far from here, near Majanico. So, I mean, that's really the closest point to there, and the price point there is from sort of 115,000 euros for a one-bedroom villa to 167,000 for a three-bedroom, two-bathroom villa, really, at the end of the day. So you can have the whole of Laharas at a much cheaper buying cost, really.
This whole infrastructure is growing around here, isn't it?
There's about 175 planning applications in for Laharas. It's sort of spreading out a little bit, really.
Okay, so does that mean everything's spoken for, or is there still stuff up for grabs here?
No, I mean, there's still things up for grabs. We've just taken on a really, really fabulous one at 550,000. Lovely pool area. Stunning property. It's got its own tennis court.
Are these holiday homes for kind of the rich and famous, or do you get people that are living out here all the time?
I mean, of course, you've got a whole mixture. The same as everywhere we've got in Fuerteventura. You've got a real mixture of people that are choosing to live here, retire here, live and work here. Yeah. That's what keeps the community alive, really, at the end of the day. And everything is in walking distance. That's the nice thing as well, you know.
If you decide to make Laharas your home in Fuerteventura, then really you're all set, because you kind of got all the local conveniences here as well.
For sure, you've got a really nice supermarket. It's got its own pharmacy, a myriad of different little bars and restaurants.
I know this is personally one of your favourites, isn't it?
I love stopping off here for a drink or a coffee as we're coming through with clients sometimes, and you know, those are the nice things here. You stop off and sit down, relax, either have a beer when you're not working, of course, or driving.
Cheers, John.
For anyone making their home in Fuerteventura, there will be paperwork and legal affairs. And it's crucial to have them all thoroughly taken care of. Lajara's Law Offices is home to one of Fuerteventura's longest established and most trusted lawyers, Cesar Zaza.
How did you come to live here on Fuerteventura and ultimately end up here in Lajara's?
Well, I took my degrees in law and economics in mainland Spain. I ended in Lanzarote, and then I visited Fuerteventura, and the island captured me. We all agree that living in a sunny and warm place is much better than living in a cold, dark and rainy place.
We should also say that you're a surfer as well.
See, for sure, and I love surfing. But it's true that it's not only related to sun and surf and living the wildlife. It's not true. The island itself doesn't have those values. There are plenty of places around the world with that. It's true. But it's true that we share a lot of values, like we like to be in an eco-friendly environment, we like to make sports, we have a good relation with the outdoors. This is the thing that really the island is offering, because people may say, you guys, you only want to be having suntan, which is not true. I mean, really.
I'd like to have a suntan. I've not had a chance, because it's like you, we're always working.
Sure, I mean, you are not so white, maybe, no? But you can find musicians, plenty of musicians,
Yes, of course.
painters, writers, artists. We are not in Saint-Tropez, we are not in Nice, no? Like everybody wants to show up, no? That we are here.
Yeah.
You can find really important people around Europe that are living here.
Well, people with an interesting story. To stay in England, for me, was the easy option.
Probably like for you.
See, you have to be brave. You have to take the decisions, and you have to accept that you're going to lose other things. The other things that maybe you considered before coming here that they were important, they're not so important. So really, my kids, I want them to travel and to move. But I know for sure they're going to have always a heart here, because my wife and myself, we have been sharing our life together so many years, for sure. And every day we are more convinced about the decision. For sure, there are good moments and bad moments, but if we make a general view about what happened, we are winning.
We all work very hard out here, but for us to come out to Lajara's and film today, and you just think, and you're driving in through the mountains, and you think, you still get knocked out with the view, even though you've lived here for years and years.
I love my profession, and for sure every year we have to keep information. We are members of the Royal Institute for Chartered Surveyors. We have plenty of controls. If you live in a sunny place or whatever, for sure sometimes it's even harder to work, because most of the people, they may be surfing, not today, and we have to be working. But I accept it, and I love my job, and for sure I'm a lawyer, and I love my profession. I mean, people may think always about law, about litigation in front of the court and fighting or whatever. Well, really, we have most of the legal institutions are in this island. We can provide full service. We have notaries, we have tax offices, courts, and sometimes the difficulty of practicing law here is I have to try to explain to an Anglo-Saxon. Okay, in Spain, we do it this way.
What type of law do you end up practicing the most out here? Is it property law?
See, I have a lot of types of clients. I have from big investment funds all over Canary Islands, and I advise them. But also I have normal persons that they want to buy a property, they want to invest, or they want to retire here, or they want to make some small businesses. No? So a lot of people are investing also and say, okay, like Canary Islands or Fuerteventura has the option that you can be renting the property 12 months a year. Investment in Fuerteventura in a house is 4 times bigger than in mainland. But it has this energy, and the energy is provided. The local people from Lajara's are fantastic, and really, they have a really open mind. They're happy to mix.
It's become this hotspot of people that...
It's like a nice cocktail between the fantastic local people, the people coming from outside that are respecting the local people, and the local people are happy to receive values from outside. And the most important element is the empathy. We are persons working with persons. Whenever we use this thing, all you need is law. The law with love, it means the compassion, the empathy. It was like the key point.
Yeah. You posted quite an interesting blog on your website about surfing and the law.
I love surfing for sure. I'm not a super surfer at all, but I mean, I love to practice, and always we were wondering a little bit about what happened in case of an accident. No? There's some soft law.
It's not enforceable.
Exactly. Spots are getting crowded. And when you are going to a surfing school,
Yeah.
really the teacher or the owner, he's really forcing you to learn at least some rules.
Yeah.
But if you are a free surfer and you take the board with your friends, we're gonna make it in, oh, fantastic, how many people surfing? I go there.
Yeah.
You can create
Havoc.
atomic disaster. Surfing always has been attached to freedom, no?
Yeah, free spirit, yeah. So
And
how do you do that? How do you...
Wow, it's complicated. Because the government, most of the times when they see a potential problem, we close the beach.
Yeah.
Let's finish. This is the way sometimes the government, they manage problems.
Yeah, they take a sledgehammer to the problem.
Exactly. How do you sell a lawyer, no? I could be like American way, no?
Yeah.
Hey, you should be trusting me because I am the best one. Come on.
Injury lawyers for you.
You know, they go to the hospitals. Hey, you have to call me. I mean, people should not have this fear approaching a lawyer. The way you have a relation with a professional, maybe a doctor, maybe a lawyer, maybe an architect, has to be based
On trust.
You have that's the key point of that.
I don't think I've ever been in a lawyer's office that kind of has a clothing brand as well. This is really cool. This is a charity initiative.
See, this is a charity initiative that we have for a group of kids in Spain. Well, all over the world they have this problem which is called the syndrome of Kabuki syndrome. I was thinking, okay, let's make shirts like that. If a client comes and they want to buy one, we sell it at 10 euros. We give money to these kids that are fantastic and they're always happy. And so people from Valencia, from Madrid, whatever.
Yeah, like a support group.
See.
Fascinating chat. We've covered so much. Probably still got loads more to cover at some point. Look forward to talking with you again soon.
Thank you, guys. I mean, really, I had a fantastic time, and time really passed in 2 seconds, no? Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much.
Meanwhile, back in Coral Echo, Andrea and Gavin's huge family are enjoying their new home in Fuerteventura and have very kindly invited us over to celebrate. As kids, most of us could only dream of having a permanent holiday home in the sunshine, so let's find out what today's young people like best about it.
Going to the pool. Going to the beach.
That it's really hot.
I like everything. I don't know. I really like the way it's hot because in Ireland it's very cold.
That my auntie and uncle have got a house here.
The rooms are quite cool where you can fit all of our cousins in.
Really nice. Yeah.
Does anybody snore?
It's very exciting, and hopefully we have many years coming here and many holidays, and just kind of when they retire here, you know, we might follow suit and buy a house.
We brought the kids when they were small. The twins were only 6 months old. It's a hidden gem.
Mission accomplished. Are you happy?
Delighted.
Ecstatic.
Is this what you wanted from a house?
And more.
Yeah, and more. Yeah, absolutely.
And what do you think of the neighbourhood?
We love it so far.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, yeah, lovely.
Yeah. We've made some friends here already.
What's that class?
We've got like 10 other bottles in the fridge. Cheers!
Congratulations.
To wrap up a very happy day indeed, let's go off the beaten track to experience something extra special. Playa de Jarugo. 20 minutes by unmade road from the unmistakable mountain of Tindaya. The journey itself deserves a video of its own, so we've made you one that gives you detailed directions, map points, and handy hints. Follow the right path and you'll be rewarded with silky smooth sand, thrilling waves, secluded lagoons, and something to talk about for years afterwards.
Here we are then. About 10.5 years ago, this is the spot where I more or less made up my mind that I was going to make a go of living on Fuerteventura, living the dream. It was a very similar evening to this one. The sun going down in front of me. What a spectacular view. This beach is still magical after all these years. We're out in the middle of nowhere, no mobile phone signal. If you come out to Fuerteventura regularly, you really should try and come and do this one evening. Who would have thought that an Essex boy from the UK could get to call this place his home in Fuerteventura. 10 years on, I have no regrets whatsoever. And do you wonder, Addy?
With the sun gone down on a rather satisfying day, it's time to drop in on my parents, who live in the nearby village, to dry off and eat. Some kids just refuse to grow up. In the days to come, there'll be more to enjoy as we further explore our home in Fuerteventura together.
Ten years on, I have no regrets. 10 years on, I have no regrets whatsoever.